Hello everyone, my name is Leighton, and in this video you're going to learn about how to best use Snapchat for your real estate business. We're going to take a look at 7 tips for Snapchat as well as 2 mistakes that real estate agents and businesses are making on Snapchat. I'm going to link my Snap code right up here, so if you're not already following me, you can do so right now. This video is going to be broken down into 3 different parts. First, I'm going to tell you why you should be on Snapchat. Then we're going to dive in and take a look at 7 tips for a real estate agent you should be using to best use the Snapchat platform. And finally, we're going to finish out with 2 mistakes that real estate agents are making and how to avoid them. Are you ready? Let's begin. So why should you be on Snapchat in the first place? Well, there's 100 million reasons you should be on. That's how many daily users there are on Snapchat. That equates to over 10 billion video views per day. Just think about that. 10 billion. You know, it doesn't matter if you're 20 years old, 70 years old, Snapchat is being consumed at an incredible rate, an incredible amount of video views and shares. Now, your clients, they may be on now or they may eventually be on, but now is the time to dive in, because when your clients do get on, you're already going to have this huge following. You're going to know how to use the app most efficiently, and you're going to be ahead of your competition that is going to wait, and there's going to be this lag time. But if you get in its infancy, in Snapchat's infancy, now Snapchat has been around for a few years, so I use the term infancy kind of loosely here, but I meet agents every single day, and even in my office, that say, oh, you know, Matt, I don't do social media, or I'm not, you know, that's not for me. And what is for them is they're still posting in newspapers and magazines and these antiquated marketing mediums that maybe were effective 20 years ago. Maybe they're effective now if you know how to do it right, but they're most likely not doing it right. So they're still, not changing with the times. I'm excited to see what happens when the market shifts. I'm excited to see what happens when these antiquated laggards, so to speak, are finally forced to either put up or shut up, so to speak, in terms of online marketing. Times are changing, and you can either adapt with the times and move forward or get left behind. The opportunities are certainly out there. The decision is up to you. But in this video, we're going to talk about tangible results and take a look at things that you can do to build your brand and to close deals in the future. So let's start with some Snapchat tips. Tip number 1 is to create an actual story, right? It's called Snapchat story for a reason. Don't just post one picture of, snap one picture of a house and post that as your story without any other context. There's no it doesn't add any value. There's nothing to go off of there. Your followers are going to be confused. So what, you saw a house, post something relevant. You shouldn't have these one-off posts. What you want to do is create a story around what you have going on that day. And you can create a story around anything. You have a home inspection, great. Follow the home inspector around. Take a tour of the house. Maybe it's a cool house. Maybe it has a cool, swimming pool or garage or something. Follow the inspector around. Show what's wrong with the house. Add some value. Say how much something would cost to replace. Say if it's a big deal or if it's not a big deal. Don't post the one-off pictures. Maybe the only exception to the one-off is if you're at a closing table and you take a snap of the happy couple, right? First-time home buyers getting a house, and you throw in a couple texts or a couple emojis there. That might be the one exception. Other than that, create an actual story. Tip number 2 is alternate between pictures and videos. Personally, I prefer video because I feel like I can get more content across in that 10-second video compared to pictures, but sometimes pictures can do the trick as well. What I mean by alternate between video and pictures, listen closely. When you post a story, I personally believe that you should only post all videos or only post all pictures. So, maybe Monday you do all videos, Tuesday you do all pictures, something like that. When you're posting, a couple videos on your story, and then you do a couple pictures, a couple more videos, a couple pictures, and then you go back to rewatch that, I've found that the message can get a little lost, can get a little clouded, and a little more chopped up compared to if it was all pictures or all videos. So my recommendation is experiment. See what works for you. Go back, check your views, check your engagements, and figure out which one works better for your personal style. Tip number 3 is engage and reply back. Snapchat is a two-way street. Imagine using Twitter at only posting your own tweets and never asking any questions, never replying to any other users, or never messaging any other users. You're going to be missing out on a large function of the platform. Well, the same goes for Snapchat. When you're doing your story, ask opinionated questions. Tell your followers to screenshot which house they like the best when you're out touring properties. Or better yet, reach out to your own followers. Watch their stories and then reply back, chat them something, or send them their own direct snap. You're gonna build engagements, and some of these people, they might be real estate agents, they might be people in your area. You know, create more relationships. Don't just be a producer, be an engager. Tip number 4 is use geofilters. Whenever I send a snap, but whether it's a picture or a video, I always include something else other than that picture or video, whether it's text, whether it's an emoji, or definitely a geofilter. I try to always include a geofilter. What's great about Snapchat is that you can connect with people across the country and even across the world. And then when you add in this location anchor, so to speak, I think it adds another dimension to your snap and gives it, you know, kind of more clout and shows kind of what you're doing. I especially like doing it. I'm here in Northern Virginia when I like doing it when I'm running around. I know I'm going to have a busy day and I'm running around town. So you're going to see the snaps of me in Reston with the Reston geotag, and then down in Falls Church, and then over in Old Town Alexandria. I might be in the district that afternoon and then that evening, and then before, you know, coming home to Clarendon. So I'm going to have all these different geofilters, and you know, some of your followers, they might be in that area and think it's cool. So I think when you're adding in geofilters, it adds another dimension and it's a little more interesting. So go get creative, add different geofilters, and make things interesting. Definitely use geofilters. Tip number 5 is to create your own geofilter. You probably were expecting this one. Well, creating your own geofilter is a lot easier and a lot cheaper than what you might have been thinking. All you have to do is just go to Fiverr, have someone create your image for $5, go on Snapchat, upload your image, pick the time and the place. Guys, it is really super easy. It should not be intimidating at all. I've found that there are certain different events that you want to use it for. First and foremost, open houses 1 to 4, excellent. Second, if you have client events, maybe a client happy hour, maybe you're taking some clients bowling, maybe you're taking some clients to the ball game. And then third, if there's a community event, so say there's a dog festival, or there's like a Dogapalooza, or you know, Taste of Arlington or Taste of your town. What you want to have is a lot of people in a confined space and have a time limit on it. That's how I found it to be the best successful. That kind of event is going to draw the most snaps, and the goal is to build your brand. So what's going to end up happening, or people are going to find your Snapchat filter, they're going to find your filter, they're going to use it, and then they're going to send it to their friends. Now, the content in the Snapchat is probably not going to be about the filter itself. It might just be someone taking a selfie, you know, the puppy dog selfie, and sending it. But what's going to end up happening is they're spreading your marketing for you. And then once they send it on their story, and then all of those followers see it, well, these results are going to start to snowball. What's cool is after the filter is done running, you can then go on your account on Snapchat.com and check your metrics, check how many people have used it, and then check the views. I've used filters in the past with great success. One time for an open house just last month, used it over 30 times. People used it over 30 times. That equated to over 1,000 views. This is just in the course of 3 hours. One piece of advice I'd have is to have a time limit on it. If you have it running for a very long amount of time, I don't think you're going to get the same engagement as if it's centered around a particular event. So my advice would be to draw that fence as, you know, concisely as possible, still including the hotspots, but to have a definite timeline on it. If you have it dragging out, you're probably not going to see the engagement that you were looking for. Tip number 6 is go to Neighborhood Hotspots. This is your city. This is your town. Be the neighborhood expert. Show people the coolest bars, restaurants, shops, hiking trails in your own town. Real estate is not always about inspections and contracts and contingencies and addendums. Real estate is more than that. It's more local. It's more hyper local. Be the neighborhood expert. You're doing real estate and you live in your certain city because you love that city. Now go show it off. Tip number 7 is promote Snapchat on other social media mediums. How to get Snapchat followers is a question that I get a lot, and right now Snapchat doesn't have a really good way of finding and locating other influencers and other users on Snapchat unless you have their direct Snapchat username. There's not really a directory in Snapchat, so there's not an intuitive way to do it. So with that being said, leverage your other social media marketing platforms to get more followers. Put it out on Instagram, put it out on Twitter. I found a lot of my followers on Twitter and on Facebook and on Instagram. Use your other social media platforms to leverage Snapchat. Guys and gals, those are the 7 tips I have to help build your real estate brand and to get more followers on Snapchat. Now let's get into 2 mistakes that real estate agents are making right now on Snapchat. Mistake number 1 is not using enough discretion. Some people just don't want to have a video catalog of everything that happens when you're around them. Not everything needs to be on Snapchat. Here in the Arlington, Washington, D.C. market, I work a lot in the luxury condo market, and these people, you know, I want to show off the condos because they're really cool. But first I'll ask the client if it's all right for me to take a couple snaps, if it's something really cool. Usually what I like to do is get there around 20 minutes early to take a few snaps beforehand. That way I'm not doing it right in front of them because I feel like it's a little disrespectful to have your phone out when it's the client one-on-one. So be sure to use some discretion, and not everything needs to be on Snapchat. Other places to use discretion: at the closing table with you're next to lawyers and attorneys, so be really careful of what you're taking pictures of. And then finally, never snap and drive. If you Snapchat while you drive, you are a terrible human being. Okay, maybe that's a little bit harsh, but you are endangering the lives of yourself and those around you. So just don't do it. Don't snap and drive. Mistake number 2 is being too vanilla. Don't be boring. If all your snaps are just market updates and trends and things that are happening in the real estate market, people are going to start to tune you out very quickly. You don't have to be Johnny Real Estate Agent 24/7. Take a deep breath, relax. It reminds me of a story at my first job out of college, a sales job. I thought I was, being all proper and professional, and I was, graduated college, so I'm like a big deal now, like my stupid little brain thought so. And the first week, the manager took me aside and said, "Hey Matt, I need you to do me a favor. Go home, have a beer, have a couple beers, relax, come back to work on Monday, and just be a little more loose. Be a little more yourself." On Snapchat, don't try to, don't be someone you're not. Don't try to be this stiff, rigid real estate agent that thinks he's like the best in the world. Just be, it's so transparent what you're doing. Be genuine, be true to yourself. On Snapchat, don't be DJ Khaled, don't be Gary Vaynerchuk, be, Kevin Smith, realtor from Kansas City. Show the real estate side, but also show, your trips. Show what you do in your free time, what you like to do at night. People are going to, engage and, take that in better than if you're just, Johnny Realtor 24/7. People, they're not going to want to work with you because you talk about real estate. They're going to want to work with you because of your personality. And when you're genuine and true to yourself, people are going to appreciate that you're actually a real person and you're not trying to put on some front. So mistake number 2 is, be yourself. Don't be too vanilla. So there you have it, 7 tips on how to best use Snapchat as a real estate agent, as well as 2 mistakes that real estate agents are making on Snapchat every single day. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to get more content just like this. If you already subscribed, go ahead and give me the thumbs up button so that I know you like this video. I'll include my Snapchat code right up in this corner somewhere over here, and I will follow you back, guaranteed, as long as you're not making these mistakes, guys. So, as always, thanks again for watching. Until next time, create a productive day. Take care.